All right, let's change. But I got everything kind of set up. Um, Pretty much took the morning to get a few more parts that I'm going to need and to clean up the shop a little bit. Um, Kind of rearrange everything. This thing was an absolute nightmare. So as we continue, the parts piles are starting to get smaller, thank goodness. And today is front cover day, which means front main seal as well. I kind of got set up off camera real quick so we wouldn't be wasting too much time. And this is what I came up with to remove and install the seal. So verify that you guys can see pretty good. Yeah, it's not too bad. So what that is a big fat socket out of one of my socket sets that just happens to fit the outer diameter of the seal pretty darn good, but it's still small enough to go inside of the bore. Should be a pretty flush push. This is on the way out. You guys are going to see more about my setup. You'll be seeing some moving. Ooh. Well, I don't know who was going to remove that seal from the front, but good luck. Anyhow, I popped it out nice and clean, which is what we were looking for. Let's get back for a sec. Not too shabby. Was a hell of a pop. I knew that there was no ridge on this side, and it gets drove in from this side as well, because people will replace these while the cover's still on. So, but for the guy that tried to go in there with screws and a removal tool for that, good luck. That was in there. And there's the seal. As you can see, it's perfect. I barely even dented the lips on it. That's just because my socket fits this face perfect. Was pretty nice close to the edge. And you do want to make sure that, if you can, that your tool is as close to the outside edge as possible without being too big for the bore. And that goes into the bucket of tears. This is a tool that I got from Harbor Freight. It's just part of the block kit that comes out there. It comes with a bunch of different stuff. Let's see. Comes with a couple of these as well. I mean, it's cheap. It's good. This thing just worked great for what I was doing. Perfect. So, again, like I said, a socket that fits that seal pretty darn perfectly, but still fits inside of the bore. No problem. That's important. In fact, I probably could have went another size bigger, but I mean, it doesn't get much better than that without being worried about messing up the bore. And we're using a press, so if it's wrong, it'll be real wrong. I see a lot of people using hammers and stuff, and that's great if you got the perfect tools. I use hammers on wheel seals. Nothing but hammers. Okay, so I got to clean this up just real quick. Some gloves on. See if I can get you guys kind of a peek of what I'm doing for cleanup. When I tore this down, I was kind of mad at the previous guy that had it open because there's RTV all over the place. And it was quite the wheel job to get it out of the indents in the cover. And I noticed that the gasket that comes with it also has the indents kind of built into it. And I was like, yeah, that's going back together dry. Then I was going through quick serve, and it's not. It's going back together wet, just like quick serve said to do. They say to use the gasket maker there. I've already pressure washed and wire wheeled each one of those indents was just full of RTV, which apparently that's what they want. So that's what we'll do when we put it back together. But now we're just gonna dry wipe as much of this old sealant out. That is pretty good. I don't know how well you guys are even be able to see that, but starting to remove the paint. All right, let's get you back out here real quick. And there's a new gasket that's out of the lower gasket kit set, I think is what it is. I mean, new seal. So this is a mistake I made on the rear one. While we're pressing this in here, just to avoid damage, we're going to pop this white install seal out. We'll press it in, and then we'll slide the white install seal back into the seal, and that'll allow us to install it onto the front main without damaging it. No mistakes, not twice anyway. So getting set up is pretty basic. We're just going to be kind of like we were on the last one, except for I think the opposite direction. So we can go all the way down to the flat on this one. That's what we're going to do. Let's install it. The readable number up. And up on this thing is going to be about there. It'd be pretty cool to at least tap it into the housing. If I can do that without damaging the seal. Oh, we need to play catch up, that's for sure. That ain't working. Wow. That didn't work very good. That's too big for the board. Okay. Supposed to drive in from the other side, guys? That is not the case. Okay. Well, maybe I'm just dumb. Yeah, it's still in good shape. Okay. I feel dumb. That's for sure. Oh my God. Gotta be better. Okay, well, I mean, we're on to something. So far, no damage. even though I've had to retry like 5 freaking times. And I think we'll push it just a hair deeper. I don't know why this angle worked when it seemed like straight angle wouldn't. But yep, I think we go with that. Okay, let's get back onto this. So that was the pressing end of the. That was supposed to be quick and easy. I don't know if you guys got the opportunity to see. It is clean, right? Using a press versus a hammer. Just obviously, if you make mistakes, you better be ready to go in and fix them. Here we are on the seal. I did run it back just a hair farther. It is perfectly round, but it's completely inside of the ceiling housing. I do have just the slightest kicker on the front of this, like wear ring. I'm not putting a wear ring on it. So again, I set it back just about a 16th to get it off of that. It wasn't leaking before. I highly doubt it'll leak now. So the next step, get everything ready to go. I did think of a cool trick. Quickser wants to use Dell tools, or stud tools, whatever you want to call them, to guide all this together. I don't have them, and I'm not gonna take the time to go get the hardware and make them. So, show you guys what we're gonna do. So again, this has all been cleaned, buffed. I'm just here to get the oil off of it, which there shouldn't even be that much on the aluminum. Give this guy a little boost here before we seal this up. That's that OTR oil pump. And essentially the same thing on the cover side. Oh, damn it. I don't want to mess with the new seal. That's pretty much that. Guess we're gonna get right here on the floor. They want our TV on it, so I'm not a big fan of RTV. I like it in some places. I like it to hold the gasket onto the block side of the oil pan, that's for sure. But so again, the bolts out of the intake horn, same ones we use to install the injectors. We're going to use those as these. So I'm not messing with it afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and install the installation sleeve back into the seal. Check that seal. That one. And that one. Oh, it seems okay. All right, good. That one looks good. That one looks good. The lip on this seal folds in. So that's what the install tool is all about. Is getting it folded in. You know what else too? This is a dry install right here. The crank sealing surface itself is also a dry install. No lube. Something I'm curious about that I just noticed would be an absolute catastrophic failure. As if you were to manage oh yeah, no, we're good. There's a a keystone there, key pin. And if I did manage to somehow push the seal back far enough, because I set it back a little bit, it'll probably right about there now. If you guys can see, I don't know how good you can see that, but you can't see it at all. There it is. You can see there is a little wear line, but I pushed the seal back about yay far in the housing to get away from that. And 360 or 70,000 miles, when this happens again, and we'll put a wear sleeve on. All right. I'm just going to do this RTV right here. Oh. Well, not the prettiest work I've ever done, but, you know. All right. Oops. Okay, sent me 2 gaskets in the kit. That's definitely not that one. It must be. Ain't that one either. What the fuck am I missing? What am I missing, folks? I already put the RTV on it. I just assumed. One of these would be right. Man. Come on. That's a legitimately big deal. I'm not happy about that. Quick Serve says not to even use a gasket. A little odd. It just says use case sealant. None of the gaskets actually fit, which bothers me. I want them both to fit. No, they don't. That's crazy. They both have a cut edge. What the heck are these gaskets even for? That one's different, but it's not even close to me. Completely off. I guess if it leaks, pull the bag apart. It's annoying. I like gaskets. I like them a lot. Anyway, that was my trick. With that, with that, I actually want this spec down there. A little front heavy. There she goes. That's what the install tool is for. That sets that seal nice and pretty. That's why every seal will come with one. Because main and rear, front and main and rear, they need it. And I'm pretty happy with that. It is barely, I mean, barely behind the old line. Should seal up nice and tight. Anyway, trick with the bolts there. You saw. Let's see, these are bell housing, flywheel, nothing, and then timing cover bolts. Timing cover bolts. Got a pretty good selection of them here too. Yeah. Well, the short one should be pretty obvious, right? Oops. I'm really annoyed that those gaskets don't fit. I find that super annoying. All right, let's see. So, I mean, short ones go into the actual housing itself. The long ones will go through and connect into the block and help seal the gasket behind. So 5 short ones, and seems to be all the short holes. Gotta pull some pictures up. Weird, I don't really have a picture of it. See, okay. Okay. That's easier. I have one stud here that is a mount for something. I'm not sure where it does or doesn't go yet. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm tripping. I'm like, how do I have all these extra bolts? Well, that one goes there. Won't tell nobody about that. Hunting is true. Hey, whoa. Alright. Let's torque some shit. 212 inch-pounds. Okay, just want to verify one more time. 212. 212. And it wants this one first. 1, 2 is on this corner. 3 is right. Oh, darn it. All right, 3 is right beside it. 4 is here. 5 5 is right beside it. 5, 6 is one up from the corner. 7 is here. 8 is here. 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 is 1, 2, 3. 11 is second up from here. 'That locked up. Oh, it just kept giving. 12 is here. 13 is here. 14 is here. Fourteen, 15 is here. All right. 16 is out here. 17 is C17. How's that possible? Oh, 17 is. Why do they keep making me go back? It's weird. Huh. 17 is here. Oh. 17, 18. 18's right beside it. Huh. 18's feeling stripped out. We're leaving AF alone. Let's see. 19. Here. 20. Right beside it. 20's the last one. So we'll start right here. Oh yeah. Leave that one alone. Okay. That's torqued. Quickly cleaning up these horn bolts that we used to start everything. Put them back in their hole. Not a big gigantic fan of RTV or gasket maker. Sucks me one of these gaskets that fit. I like gaskets. All right. Well, what would be next, folks? Folks, what's next, folks? Let's do some stuff. My professional lens cleaner, ladies and gentlemen. Put in this block heater real quick. Wonder how everything's working over here. Let's go have a peek. So it says I'm live. That's good. We're not froze up.
At best Golem from YouTube said this working.
Yeah, still working. All right. Cool. Now let's see, that's sealed. That'll be sealed as soon as we install the turbo. That's sealed, that's sealed, that's sealed. That's open. Let's install the pickup pump. Oh, nice and soft now. Well, this one really blew my mind when I opened it up. You see that big gigantic hole in the side of the block there? That is for a manual, a mechanical, I'm sorry, that's for a mechanical fuel pickup pump. I don't know if you can see inside the hole or not, but trying to find. That's probably as good as it's going to get for you guys, but that's the cam. The mechanical pump would ride on the cam. You can't really tell, but man, I peeked in there and about lost it. Because to the naked eye, on a quick peek, it looks super ground down, like there's major damage to that cam. But then when you look closer, you can just see that where it's a cast and they haven't machined it. So this cam would not support a mechanical pickup pump. You would have to change your cam if that's the angle you were going to go. Okay, so take a peek here at what we got going on. Oh. This goes like that. Just like that. And then something somewhere. I can't believe I didn't bag a fuel line. I'm actually missing a fuel line at the moment. I'm sure it's here somewhere. It must be on the truck. In a bag. I just don't remember putting it on there. But yeah, there'll be a fuel line that runs from here over here and feeds the pump. Those washers are tore up, man. It's gonna leak like a sieve. Yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break while I run out and see if I can find that line. Be back in a few minutes. Thanks, guys. Alright, I'm back. I know what happened. I was just tripping out a little bit. So there's actually a fill filter in between these. It's on the frame. And that fill filter obviously plugs into one side of the pump, and then it filters out, and then goes to the main pump. So, yeah. So this just bolts up. So, as far as you guys being able to see, that's not shabby. We still got a little bit of daylight left. Okay. Figured out what that stud was for too. In fact, while I still have the nut over here, I think we should fix that real quick. So this is the crankcase ventilation, what this is. And excuse me. I don't really know. I don't want to look it up, but I'm just putting a little bit of oil. Just because I think it'll help seal, nice and clean. And then, excuse me again. This piece actually goes right here. I just completely screwed it in. Gets tight right about there. It does have an oil fill right here, but I don't use it. I like to just cap that off, make it go away. Now that I think about it. It's too tight. That's good. Anyway, that is where, obviously, where that stud goes. There's a good torch, baby. Those are torqued. Oh my god! So stupid. That right there is infuriating. That's the kind of shit we clip. You guys want to look real quick? What? I'm just kidding. Can't see it anyway. It's too dark. Better. Let's get back on this for a little bit. How's your view? Looks good. There's no seal there. Or is there? Shada diddy shoogie doogie dee. No, there's not. It's kind of weird because they make the gasket go all the way over there. But you'll see here in a sec. No, I'm out of air. Suppose I could go fire that up. Make some air real quick. Squirrels are out there fighting. That's funny. Not enough. I'll work with that. Again, the ceiling surface is all right here, and I've already cleaned that up. I don't know actually how I missed that little piece. Thought I cleaned all that up as well. Nice big thick daddy. So it goes like that. This gasket's set up special with tight holes. They do that on purpose so that you can run your hardware in and it'll hold it. Pretty cool. Sometimes it'll hold it. Sometimes it'll fall out when you're not looking. Oh, that little stubby 10 folding bracket for something. That's right. I had to take the pump off to get the bracket out, didn't I? Maybe not. I don't know why I would. Got a straight shot at everything. Alright, those have some sort of torque. I looked that up. Not quite in business yet. Working on it. Speak it. Boom. And then boom. How's that sequence I was following back there? It was crazy. It was all over the place. Well, that's what it is. So, fuel pump. Let's see. What would be in a fuel system? They don't mention it. I didn't think they would. You know what? 18 foot-pounds. Let's do it. What's the rules on torquing with a big long tool? I know it takes away your torque, right? With an extension. Okay, so these two, I get some nice even pressure first because they're actually sealing the block. did leave. Must be something in brackets here. These are already bottoming them out. I know I had to add these washers when I installed that fast pump. I had to install those washers because the bolts were too long. Yeah, that's right. In the original factory pump, they just go all the way through. This one they did not. So I have to remember what that is when we get to it. There's still something else in here and here that's going to bracket. I really don't remember, so we just have to pick it up as we go here, piece by piece. Let me see, what is even next on this side? It must be harness and stuff. It bolts to all that. Must be the harness here and here too. Oh yeah, this would be my, and then what is that? Is that going to be an engine coolant temperature sensor in the head? It very well be. I don't know why it'd be on this side. I can't remember. Oh, this build took a long time. All right, I guess next we're gonna let's see, all sealed up, all done. I guess let's put that. That's sealed up. That's sealed up. That's sealed up. That will be sealed up when it gets turbo. That'll be sealed up when it gets a dipstick. Bixby, Bixby, set an alarm for 4:45. Go get your wife, son.
Your alarm will ring in 17 minutes.
Geez, 17 minutes, huh? $5 o'clock, babe? Really? All right. She will. be done. Out in the corner past the pouring rain. Oh, duh. Fuck. And this crazy little hole right down here, I can't figure out what it is. What is that? Crank position sensor. I'm like 106% sure. Absolutely is. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not losing my mind here. We're actually doing pretty good. We're going to take a break. I'm actually going to shut the stream down and I'm going to go pick up my wife from work. Unless you guys want to watch me kind of pull all this madness in. Nobody that's in my that's in my streams. Anyway, forgot to hit record on this one, so thank you YouTube for recording for me because I'll be using you for any content regarding these two things that I just did today. Thanks, guys. You know, we appreciate you. So when I do get this thing finally running again, and I get back out on the road, I'm already set up, and we'll be doing lots of live streams out there and on the doing road calls and whatnot, taking care of people out there stranded on the road. Semi trucks and trailers, big deal. You get to see a lot of cool stuff. Like occasionally we pull tires off of tractors without actually unbolting them. They just slide off. That kind of stuff is crazy, and I hope you get a lot of that on video and going for you guys.